The Muslims might not be happy that the West came and took their petrol. But look at Dubai. America came, took their petrol, now it's heaven on earth. We don't just take, we take and we give. But it's your rulers that take, and if you talk, you're executed. That's the difference between our Western values and their lifestyle. And I said earlier today that the blame usually is thrown against the Zionists, saying that the Zionists are the ones that created radical Islam, and that's not true. Zionism takes advantage of what is already there. There was already a radical scripture that they funded and created an ideology out of. I believe that the entire religion needs a review. I believe that there are certain books that need to be banned from this country. The Bukhari, a very famous book. It's present in at least the majority of Muslim homes, at least. It's everywhere. It's put on the shelf right beside the Quran. And every act of terrorism is taught from that book. I don't understand how Muslims believe that, well, radical Muslims is the main issue here, how they believe that if you blow yourself up, you go have lunch with the Prophet Muhammad in heaven. I didn't know my Prophet was running a restaurant up there. I honestly never knew. And then you have other very attractive statements that they state, that you go and you get 72 virgins. But what kind of a virgin is she that I would have to blow myself up for her? There are things in religion that need reformation, and they will be reformed. And it's not very hard to reform. All you need to do is point the finger at what is wrong. Once upon a time they asked a man in Iran, how did you learn beautiful manners? And he said, I learnt it from the disrespectful people. When I saw the good pointing out the bad, I knew that that was the wrong choice to make. I did the opposite of what the bad people do. What's going on with genital mutilation and child brides, and what's happening in this country? Now, I'm not a politician, but when something is going wrong, I believe I'm brave enough to distance myself away from it and work against it. But the main issue is we're not finding response from the Muslim community at all. There are a minority that agree with what I do and would sit with a Jewish and a non-Muslim and a Christian and have a wonderful meal. But there are those, and they're the majority, that do not agree with modernizing the religion to make it compatible with the society we are living in. We need to unite Muslims and non-Muslims ideologically and agree on one fact, that the people of falsehood will only think they are truthful if the truthful remain silent. If you have a blog, if you write a column in the newspaper, do whatever you can. I'm against generalizing because there are good Muslims, but the main message behind it, I agree with. Islam is the fastest growing religion on earth. I'm not speaking 100 a day. I'm speaking 20,000 a day. In one city, Alexandria, the whole of Egypt, like that. 20,000 embrace Islam in one day. It's growing. We don't have a problem with it growing in the right direction. But if it's going in the wrong direction, that's where myself and other good people who love their countries believe that it's time to stand. And I mention Jews a lot because, although this will get me in trouble, I've never said this before, but Palestine is Jewish land. I mean, come on, who doesn't know this? Jesus came to Jerusalem. He came to the Israelites who were there. It's Jewish land. I mean, if the Jews later on want to become Christians, believe in Jesus, and then later on they want to believe in Muhammad, that's fine, you can change your religion, but you can't change the history of the land. It's Jewish land. which is maybe why I get along with Jews a lot. But it's a good thing to know the truth and follow it. It's a beautiful thing to be honest to yourself, to history, and to the land you live upon. We deserve a Muslim community that takes a stand against terrorism, because that's the fine line between hypocrisy and not. If you're not a hypocrite, then speak out. And they say silence is a sign of approval, and I do not approve of the extremism in this country that has been brought by Muslims from the Middle East, and I refuse to stay silent. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.